Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. This is Doomie Grunt as always, and I decided for the 9th anniversary of the closure of Rolling Acres Mall, I'd share with you the progress on the DooM map that I kinda revealed almost a year ago, actually. So, let's get to it. No, this project is not dead. It's just been on and off a lot because I have a day job. I've been doing the other video projects, so yeah. As we're looking at Ames in the distance, and yes, I have gone the distance to create all the out parcels around the mall. This has been a very massive project, which should probably hint at why this project's taken upward of over a year to work on and still going. Entering the mall and ignoring the sets of armor that are in as display props, we're coming up to the Court of 12 Trees, as it was known back in the day. And an interesting thing about the fountain here, this was actually the first part of Rolling Acres that I worked on. I think I remember I was just at my computer one day, bored out of my mind, knowing full well that I was never going to be able to see Rolling Acres in person, and I'm not sure what happened, what led me to do it, but I just remember opening up Doom Builder one day and just working away with a few reference pictures to build the fountain. Lo and behold, one thing led to another, and before I knew it, I had the Sears facade, and then Dillard's, and then I was working on the parking lot outside. Then I began building the court around JCPenney. So it kind of just exploded into a major project that I hope to complete one day. Hopefully before my hair turns gray. As we're coming up towards Dillard's, you'll notice some of these storefronts have logos over them and are actually kinda decorated inside in a way. Part of this is because I actually found a directory of pictures on the internet that showed Rolling Acres Mall around 1997. And it showed a bustling Rolling Acres with almost 90% occupancy. So that really helped me better paint a picture on where many of the stores were inside the mall. And on top of this, someone released a video back in 2003 of the mall when it was for sale at the time, which also helped paint a picture on where some of the stores were. Yeah. Here's a Radio Shack. How many of those do you think exist today? Anyone remember Walden Books? Oh yeah, every mall has one. Bath and Body Works. Now, down here is where things get a little inaccurate, and this area is generally unfinished at the moment, but since I'm a nice guy, I'll let you see what I have so far. Ignoring the guns on the floor, you have JCPenney and this mighty center court that I designed. It's not totally to scale, it's a little too big, I admit, but Isn't it impressive so far? We'll come back to the center court later, but for now let's continue down this unfinished corridor towards the Macy's court. Oh yeah, every mall has one of these as well. GNC. Live well in the dead malls. And now here at the Macy's, and to its right was the Parisian, which really was there back in the late 70s. I'm not sure if that was part of the more major department stores, but who knows for sure. I wasn't there. But you also have this impressive looking chandelier in the center, which I was able to get someone to design for me. I believe she goes by the alias Irana, if I'm pronouncing it right, but I don't know for sure. I've never been good with pronunciations. And way down there you have the Rolling Acres travel agency, and I believe was the arcade and another storefront I haven't got the names of and I haven't finished. This food court is taking forever. For almost a year it sat kinda bare bones, unfinished, until recently when I finally sat down and powered through it. We'll come back to it later. For now we're gonna get a quick look at Target and its corridor. And outside see the parking lot with a few cars, and then the lights of the Macy's logo. And to your left was a furniture fair for a time, and I think that was the last business that moved into the mall before it really started taking a nosedive for the worst. And over here you have an unfinished storefront, which was Athletic Attic. There is still quite a lot of work I need to do, but hey, all in the name of progress, right? And another look at the center court, which I'm still kind of awestruck by it myself. And then my favorite piece, I had to design this sign myself because I've tried months trying to find someone to help me design textures, and when no one answered, I started taking it upon myself to start designing textures. And the Auntie Annie's logo is just here for a placeholder. It's actually a pretzel time. The real pain in designing this mall is when I'm going to have to start populating all the department stores. That's going to be a lot of fun. I can just feel it already. But moving on, here we come up to where the cinema was, and ignoring the obvious typo in the timestamps, you can see some nonsensical movies up there that would probably never be in a theater. And then these ridiculous movie posters. Make what you will. It was either that or I dug up memes. As we're touring the exterior of the mall, I just wanted to say that I love how there is just so much content on this mall, and it's really helped me paint a very good picture of the mall as I designed it in DooM. You know, I've probably referred to a lot of people at this point in designing this mall. Countless pictures on Google, image collections on Imgur, deadmalls.com, This is Dan Bell, Anthony from Ace's Adventures, Chromacolor, Gabriel Trop, and begrudgingly, I also have to give credit to Seth Lawless for making this mall known to the public. Nonetheless, it's all helped create a decent picture of the mall, and with the help of Google Maps, I even went the distance to create Romig Road and most of the out parcels around the mall. One of these logos is not like the other. Here we're going to come into JCPenney in a moment, and where Rolling Acres itself was well documented, the interior of just about all the department stores was very sparse at best. So a lot of the interiors of the department stores throughout the mall are going to be mainly guesstimations. So I apologize if it's inaccurate to the real thing. But the escalators, those are totally accurate, and those were a lot of fun to make too. But one of my most proudest creations is this elevator, which I'm about to show you works. How do you like that? You even get to ride the elevator in this mod. So anyway, we're back outside, this time on the side where Dillard's was. And a fun fact about this Dillard's is, back in the day it used to be a Higbee's, and Higbee's in turn used to be Montgomery Ward. Montgomery Ward opened with Rolling Acres, and it only operated for about 10 years before it left the mall. Here we are coming up to the back of the Sears building, and somewhere along the line I'd come to realize that back here originally used to be another entrance into Sears, and that entrance was eventually reconfigured into a loading dock for the recycling center that took over back in 2012. I'm not sure if I should fix that or not, but I don't know. Should I or shouldn't I? I'll let you guys decide that one. Here to the front with the main entrances and a little side door, which was probably an emergency exit at one time. That's the most cars you're going to see in a Sears lot ever from this point on. So what you just saw there was a Handy Andy's, which For those of you unfamiliar with Handy Andy's, it was actually a big box hardware store chain that was local to the Ohio and Illinois area, or at least those two states. There are probably others in between, but oh. And then over here you can see Ames from earlier, which I'm sure you should be familiar with the story of Ames by now. And then next to it was an Apple's grocery store, which I'm not too familiar with, but I only know it was there because of an aerial shot of 2002, just before Ames kicked the bucket. And now, here we are coming back to the front of the mall, and you can see how much of an undertaking this project was. I mean, I've still got a ways to go, but I am proud with what I've made so far. And I can't wait until it's ready for the public to use, play, and enjoy, because I've had a lot of fun making this project, and I hope you guys have just as much fun. When this is complete, it will eventually be used for deathmatch type games for Doom. Until then, I have a lot more stuff to work on, and that is the mall as of October 2017. So until next time, hope you enjoyed this video. Drop a like and pass the video around. Until next time, this is Doomie Grunt signing off.